Great, man. The odds that anyone watches this thing. Martin, I'm good, man. I can litter my own garage. Fuck off. Your attitude's pissing me off, Martin. Now I'm mad.
It's how we like to start the podcast. Ted gets mad.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to ScalePlusTed, the podcast that I do with all my good acting buddies here. Today we have a great guest, Jody Thompson. Jody! Yeah, no one's clapping, dude. No one clapping. We don't have a studio audience.
Okay, that's great.
Anyhow, so what have you been up to, Jody?
Hey, man, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Oh, big fan of the show. Seen all the episodes. They're great, dude.
Thanks, man.
Hey,
thanks.
Who's your favorite?
Hold on, I'm doing the interview.
Wait, I just want to start off on the right there.
Yeah, sure.
Of all the people that you've interviewed so far, kind of, I know you haven't finished interviewing yet, but kind of where do you think I'm going to land?
You?
There? Yeah.
Whew. I'd say we just interviewed the little girl that killed her mom because of the syndrome where she made her feel sick all the time.
Yeah.
She just got out of prison. We interviewed her. And then the little girl that had the ailment that they adopted, they thought was 19.
Yeah.
But she was really like 7. You're in between those two, probably.
Loving it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for. So it's fantastic.
So anyway, Jody.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no problem. Probably won't be on the sequel, but whatever. So tell us about yourself, Jody. Jody, I don't want a long thing here. This is not like a formal podcast. It's me talking to my buddies. You're an actor.
Yes? I'm an actor.
And how do you claim you're an actor? Because I've had this talk with a lot of actors. What makes you an actor?
It's a good question.
Hey, thanks.
Well, I guess I would say that I've acted professionally with a bunch of people that in film, TV, whatever it is, and yeah, I think that qualifies me as a pro actor, maybe. I don't know. You didn't say pro, though. You said what makes me an actor.
Yeah, well, pro means you get paid, so.
Yeah.
You get paid.
I mean, I do. Very ScalePlusTed style here in Atlanta. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how it is a little bit. But that's the life of an ATL actor.
That's right.
We're trying to break free.
Yeah. You can look
We're
at me.
trying to fly, right?
All right, so.
That's very cutting.
You were born where?
Lithonia, Georgia.
Oh, really? From here?
L-Town.
Okay. I've never heard it called that. Never heard Lithonia called that. Never. It's never been L-Town. It's not L Vegas. It's not.
But Lithonia is called L-Town.
It is?
I don't know. I kind of just made it up on the spot.
And public school?
For a little bit. Then I went to a very small private Christian school because Lithonia High School was, the longer I was there, it got a little rough.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I can see that.
And so.
I can see that.
I mean, you could say that my parents kind of pulled the ejection seat. And I went to a small school with about 100 kids. This is probably 10th, 11th grade.
Oh, okay.
So I did most of it. We didn't have a middle school. Did you have a middle school?
We did. We did 6, 7, 8.
We went straight from 7th. Went to Rock Chapel Elementary School.
Shout out.
Always shout out, straight to Lithonia High School.
Oh.
So we were
Lithonia High School is 8th grade.
8th grade. So
with 12th graders.
That's right.
Wow.
So they called us sub-freshmen, subbies, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And they always, people try to take advantage. I remember trying to sell like pep rally tickets, probably an old scam. No? You
don't need a ticket to the pep rally.
No, you don't. But they tried to sell you pep rally tickets.
This seems like...
So what they would do is they would just take that money and go.
Buy drugs.
That's probably.
Cigarettes. No vapes back then.
Whatever, yeah.
All right, so when did you first catch the acting bug? Did you want to be an actor when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you were a kid?
I loved TV. My dad was kind of an actor, not an actor. He would do like, he had like this Opry show that he would do.
Like the Grand Ole Opry?
Yeah, well, down in Swainsboro, Georgia, where he's from, they had this. It was called the Peach State Jamboree. So if you look back, like in the 40s, 50s, they were drawing like, 500 people every Saturday night. It was crazy. It was
like a honky tonk.
it was a big, no, it was like a proper Grand Ole Opry style show.
But I mean, yeah, so they had 5 or 6 guests.
Yeah, and he was kind of like the MC, the stand up before there were stand ups.
Yeah.
Called himself Clem Hayshaker was his name, kind of a country hillbilly kind of thing.
That was not his real name.
It's not, no, my dad's not, as far as I know. And,
Clem.
but he did all the stuff, like, in between there, you're doing like magic and comedy and jokes, all the stock jokes. Hey, me and my wife have been married for. I forgot, what did we get married for? All that
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
So, wait. So this was like a local. It was like a building,
but they had like
but
big
people
acts
came
back
from
then.
around.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first place that Hank Williams Jr. ever performed. He was a kid,
Really?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff like that.
Bo Cephas?
And my daddy said that his mom.
You mean Clem?
Clem, that's right. He said that Hank's mom tried to get him to go on the road with them.
Mom Cephas?
Yeah, Mom Cephas.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wait, so you're saying Mom Cephas, Bo Cephas' mom, hit on Clem?
I don't know if she hit on him.
She said,
but
come
she
on the
wanted,
road,
like,
big daddy.
Yeah, because I think that Hank maybe took a liking to my dad, and I don't know.
Oh,
if
that's
the mom
weird,
did
but he was
too.
a kid.
He was a kid,
Oh.
but, he's funny. He's being the stand-up thing. So
do you wish that funny gene carried on to you?
Oof. Thank you so much. Where are the ferns? I don't see the ferns.
You just called me fat. That's fucked up, man.
True.
Fuck off, man. This is light beer.
Possibly, okay. But
Answer-
yes, I do.
answer the
Of course
question.
Of course I wish the funny genes. How's the stand-up career going, Ted?
It's not.
It's not?
No.
I
It's
slowly have been like dropping. I was like 2024. This is the year that
Is it?
I'm going to like really
Do
press
stand-up?
hard into some stand-up. But here's the problem that I find both of us in this conundrum.
You're not funny?
It's that. That's an issue.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do open mics, and neither are you. Are you?
No, I think you have to if you start out in stand-up.
I think you do.
You're too good to do an open
No,
mic?
I'm saying at your age. First of all, how often do they pop up?
Every night. I've looked. There's a website.
Look, I'm far away. I don't live downtown here.
That's true.
The spot that
Well, you got to
just
suffer.
Go down the street.
You got to suffer,
and you're
man.
doing it,
You got to suffer for your craft. So back to Clem. This was in Swainsboro. They had 500-600 people a week. It was one time, one night.
He did this for 4 or 5 years.
No, but it was one night a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they packed the sucker
Like a
out.
Saturday night, they would have.
That was it.
Okay, and they'd sell tickets, and then they'd have.
It would, it'd be a version
Country
of the
acts.
Grand Country Act that traveling. They would have big names at the time.
Yeah, that's cool.
There,
Is it still there?
It's like we found it, and I went in, and it's like I think like a landscaper or something bought it. So no,
They don't do the show anymore.
They don't do the show. No, it's just
That's
all.
cool.
But their seats and stuff are still in there. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
crazy.
No, that's cool. That's really cool.
But yeah, man.
All right, so you got kind of that everyone has I guess someone in their family that they kind of thought was funny, and your dad was funny, obviously, and you're funny. There, I said it. Anyway, I mean, not that funny, but anyway.
Yeah, but I mean,
so back to it. Enough with how this is not about blowing smoke up your ass. I don't care.
But I know.
If you were that funny, you'd do open mic.
But
anyway,
are you? I will do open mic.
No, you just say you didn't.
But I want to.
Back to it. Your dad, did he live with you? You mentioned Swainsboro, and you were in L-Town.
No, he moved. So
your dad was in your life.
Atlanta, up here, and what do you say?
Your dad was in your life.
Yes,
Well, that explains your career.
That's true.
Yeah,
Because
you had a stable family.
Listen, my dad.
You're not fucked up enough to be a good actor.
My dad was my straight up hero.
Oh yeah.
And so any girl or anything that has daddy issues, it's like probably stay clear.
Tell me more.
I am telling you more, dude.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's awesome. But but what's awesome? My dad passed a couple of years ago.
Oh, sorry.
And that's a roughie.
Yeah.
Because I was doing a movie.
Yeah.
Doing a TV show.
What show?
In New Orleans. It's called Interview with a Vampire.
Never heard of it.
It's not good. I'm kidding. It's great. Watch it. C+. So anyway.
In New Orleans.
My dad was kind of he was
Getting bad.
He was out of it pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was going to shoot this this thing. I was like, should I go? I mean, they're like, Daddy, we want you to go. My sisters were saying this.
Yeah.
So.
And you're making Scale.
ScalePlusTed.
Yeah.
And
37 cents a mile.
We're shooting in New Orleans, and so I'm like, I think this is gonna be the last time I see him. So I kind of say bye to my dad, and then you get in the car and you drive for 8 hours,
Yeah.
and that sucks.
I can do it in 6.
Well, that's because you have a heavy foot.
Yeah.
But that's because of your weight.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm driving to New Orleans, and that's a long drive, bro. I get there
6 hours.
8, and I shoot, and my sisters call me
After the shoot.
After the shoot, like there was a space in between shooting, so I had like a few days.
Okay.
Like I'm going to be in New Orleans like 2 days, and we're shooting again.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Daddy's still alive. Do you want to come back?" And I was like, I was kind of seriously. I was like, I had this thing where it's kind of like I've already said bye,
Yeah. You don't want to ash it.
But then my sister's like, "You will regret it forever if you don't." And I was like, "You're right." So I got up at like 2 a.m, drove back.
Mm-hmm. You were there at 8 or 10?
I did a little bit faster. Did it 6.
9.
I get there and Daddy was still alive. And then it got to where I had to shoot again, and he's still alive. So I had to say bye to him again.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Oh, yeah.
I just lost it. Broke down. Get in the car. By the way, I'm not telling anyone this. In the.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not recording this.
No, I'm saying I'm not telling anyone this on set.
You just left and didn't say anything. Yeah.
So I go back and do my other scene, and because you only are allowed 2 scenes if you're an Atlanta actor.
Yeah, I'm aware. Well, that was going to be the name of this podcast.
Yeah, 2 scenes.
2 scene Ted.
So I did this other scene, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Talking to my sister. My sister is like, "Daddy is still alive. Do you want to like catch a?" Because I was in a rental car when I went out. I was like,
"Yeah,
you want to try and catch an earlier flight?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So anyway, long story short, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm driving to the airport. She calls me and told me that my dad had passed.
Was he in hospice?
No, he was at my sister. My sister's a nurse.
Okay.
So
but I mean, we knew this was coming. Obviously,
we knew it's coming
for a long time.
Again, though, it's just about 6 months. Again, it's just like you're seeing, your hero go, and then hearing the words he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mom passed away unexpectedly, and I have this debate with a lot of people. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm not glad, but you brought it up, so we're gonna jump in. Would you rather? And there's no answer. Kind of the questions I like. Would you rather see your loved one and have time? You had 6 months to say all your shit that you want to say to them, and they die. Or like my mom, I kissed her goodnight one night. I couldn't get off the couch. Long story, I was injured. And she kissed me bye and she left. And the next day she was dead. What do you think? Would you rather have 6 months?
Selfishly, I'm going to do the 6 month thing.
But you have to watch him suffer.
He is suffering.
Yeah. And frail and all that shit.
Yeah.
Tough for you to watch and tough for him. I don't know the answer. I love hypotheticals and I love debatable things like that. So I don't know. I told my mom I loved her every day, so I had nothing. I had no regrets.
For you, it's a clean, but you were shocked beyond.
Shocked, right? And it sucks either way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anyway,
it wasn't cancer.
Thing,
it wasn't.
I think I was able. The only thing that would give you a heads up, obviously, is that for you, at least you're prepared, right?
Yeah.
And this is very serious, like a Dr. Phil kind of.
No. It's my podcast. Fuck off.
But all I'm saying is, I think you.
No one's gonna watch the same way.
Yeah, I know. I do think it's pretty. I've seen all the episodes. What are you talking about, dude?
Well, then you're gonna watch this. Go ahead.
Okay.
What would you do? You'd rather watch him suffer?
Selfishly for me, yes, and also I'm like, I want my dad. I just want to see him.
Even if he's not dead.
Even though he's there, I'm going in the room and I see him, and he was up until the last 2 weeks, he was pretty sharp.
Yeah.
So I think if it's more of a just comatose state,
Yeah.
then I think maybe the clean break would be good. But
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I had an uncle who had an aneurysm, and he was basically in a vegetative state for like, I don't know, 8 years or something crazy, man. And his wife is a saint, and she kept him. I mean, she,
she'd have
dressed him and helped him every day, but he could just blink his eyes and like, do this and that. But it's not living,
So speaking of parents,
Yeah.
like me,
Yeah.
it's a big deal when my dad's like, "I'm proud of you," and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the first time your parents saw you, on television or a movie or anything, were they cheerleaders?
My mom, huge supporter. My mom, like your dad, was always the life of the party, always the one in a room that came in and opened up a room, and everybody loved her, and she made everybody laugh. She was on stage the whole time. Not per se an actress or an actor, but she did things, but never had an age or anything like that. So my mom was kind of the catalyst that drove me to want to be an actor as a kid. And then, we always watched films together. We always watched the Oscars when it was worth a fuck.
Yeah.
Now it's shit.
It's awful.
It's fucking terrible.
So did you see
and regardless of politics, the show is terrible.
It's terrible.
It's not good. It's not your heroes anymore. People are winning Oscars.
We still would take an Oscar.
I don't know, man. People are winning Oscars that shouldn't. It's a joke. But anyway, it becomes like anything, any competition. Now I understand why, like, Pearl Jam and these bands turn down, medals or awards, because it's bullshit. It's becoming politics, not Democrat Republican politics, but who pays more for the movie, who's supposed to win. Anyway, I digress. But my mom and me used to watch that. We used to watch all that. She got me into it. So for that matter, yes, my dad is, it was not present in my life, never has been. That's why I am a fucked up actor. Everybody's got to have a fucked up thing. You're better than you. Yeah, I know. I mean, but everybody knows that. Come on. But anyway, so back to it. Yes, the first time. Now, I actually met what I think is my real dad in L.A. At the Sunset.
So did I just burn you when a second ago it was like daddy issues, and then you're just like,
no. I don't think I have daddy issues. I think that would be weird for a 50-year-old man to have daddy issues. I mean, I thought it was kind of weird you calling your dad daddy, but whatever. Anyway, so
listen, I should say dad. I guess I call him daddy just because.
Because it's weird.
You've heard he's a big daddy.
I would call him, if I were you, I would call him Clem.
Clem Hayshaker.
Clem Hayshaker.
Get it right. It's Hayseed.
I thought it was Hayseed. Anyway, I digress. All right, so back to it. My mom was a big supporter of me being an actor, and still is, I'm sure, wherever the hell she is, and in heaven or who knows, wherever, purgatory. But I ran into who I think is my dad. I've always had a strong connection with him, watching his films grow up.
After your...
Yeah. I'm not sure he's my real dad, but I think he is, because of uncanny resemblance.
Yeah.
So the Rainbow Room in L.A. on Sunset Boulevard, I went there to have a couple of drinks with a buddy of mine, and there he was, and I just felt it. He was at the bar there. I don't know if you've ever been there, but like there's probably like Dawkins drummers at the bar, and like, Stripers, like bass player. There's all these old 70-year-old rockers with long hair and leather pants on and shit in the middle of the day. That's where they hang out in L.A. And there he was. And I said, Todd, one of my good buddies, I said, that's Ron Jeremy. And
dad?
Ron Jeremy.
Congratulations, man.
I think he is. And now he's having some issues right now. He's not all there, but I got to meet my dad.
A life well lived.
Yeah. And what I did tell Ron, daddy, is that, I met a lot of famous people, worked with a lot of famous people, never gotten a picture.
Yeah.
But I had to get a picture of my daddy. And I said, you were a big part of my childhood. That's what I told him.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's true.
And he's a big part of let's be honest, a lot of people's
I've seen a lot of his films. Not all of them.
Right.
But I've seen at least 3 minutes of several of his films, a lot of his films. Right. I don't know the plot necessarily. And I've never watched my daddy do his own thing,
But he's great.
That's the only thing, kind of like we look alike, with the weight,
Dad, please,
and the hair, and of course, obvious, but I'm not as flexible as him. So I'm kind of like, maybe it's not my daddy.
How old is your dad now?
Ron?
Yeah, Ron.
I'd have to look up Wikipedia, but he's got to be 74.
Oof.
But he was in prison. I don't know if you know.
I did not.
Actually, LA County
keep
Jail.
Up with.
Yeah. So it's interesting that we brought this up.
I did bring it up.
Yeah. So the very thing he was in jail for, 35 women or more have accused him. The very thing, dude, me and my best friend saw him do at the Rainbow Room. Verbatim, how the women, and they're right, how they accuse him in their testimony. He didn't have to. He's Mr. Porn Star guy. So his MO, I had to look it up. His MO is he digitally penetrated. I thought that meant with a computer. I thought that meant some sort of iPhone device. Digits. Yeah.
I got it.
So apparently that's bad. It's terrible.
He has all his digits.
Yes, and he uses them. But
it's okay.
To women that
like
don't want that.
They
don't want that.
Yeah.
But me and my buddy watched him molest this wife in front of the husband at the Rainbow Room. Swear to God. And now
the husband
was taking pictures. The weirdest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like some Jersey husband was taking pictures. Like, oh yeah, honey, yeah, it's great. I'm like, who are you gonna show these pictures to?
Yeah, that's strange.
Ron Jeremy sucking on your wife's neck and grabbing her boobs and stuff in the middle of a bar. You're taking pictures of it. It's a little weird, but anyway. Yeah, Dad's they just let him out because he's mentally inept now. So I do need to get out to LA and see him before he goes, and maybe get a swab or something.
Yeah,
I could probably get DNA from somewhere else from Ron Jeremy. I bet.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's probably everywhere.
Just get a black light. And
black light.
You go,
that's all you need. That's all you need.
It's there.
Back to it. Let's get off our daddies.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. Anyway, so your dad was a little bit of a comedy guy. Your mom straight? No big deal.
My mom passed when I was little.
Oh, you didn't grow up with a mom?
I did. My stepmom is.
Yeah, there it is.
Is 5, maybe it was 5 or 6 when I was 5 or 6. She came into our lives. So most of my life.
Did you ever see her stuck in a dryer?
My stepmom?
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time?
Yeah.
Did you ever help her?
Now I don't know what reference, but I know it's funny because I know like your humor is gold. Hang on a second.
No, don't touch the horn.
No,
don't touch the horn, please. No one touches the horn. Okay, so you had a stepmom.
I had a stepmom,
which explains a lot. That might be the caveat we're looking for.
So
because actors all have something fucked up in their background, right? You wouldn't do this.
Look, here's the deal. Let's talk about death the whole time.
No, we're not talking about death.
But my mom died. I never really knew her. I was maybe 1 or 2.
Okay.
And I think she had a brain aneurysm, like she was going to church carrying the kids and just had it right there on the steps. And my older sister, Meredith, is the only one who remembers it. So,
oh, wow.
I think she was 5.
Wow.
There was me, maybe 2, and then I had a little sister. So
she wasn't carrying you?
She was carrying my little sister.
Yeah, so it's probably her fault.
Yeah, 100%. Always.
Yeah. Well, good. It's not your fault.
So anyway, yes. That my mom, stepmom, 6 years old. I remember my dad marrying her, and then she's been in our lives ever since.
Pretty late?
I think so. Yeah. Mom.
Stepmom. You call her mom?
I call her mom. Yeah.
Mommy?
Not mommy. Just
daddy.
Mom. Yeah, it's different. I think daddy's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes one of us. Anyway, so
you got Big Daddy Kane. You got.
I think
right?
you're
He's
doing that.
Big Dad
you're doing that reference.
I know, but I mean, Big Daddy Kane, people. Come on.
Back to it. You
he sold his whole catalog, I think, for $30,000.
That's a deal.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
Would you buy Big Daddy Kane's catalog for $30,000?
That's got to be like $10,000 a hit song.
He had 3, right?
Yeah, I think maybe. Maybe. I hope Big Daddy don't bust in and whip my big ass.
I'm sorry, dude.
He couldn't get here. No, Metro doesn't run here. Anyway, so you went to high school, Lithonia.
That's
Did you
right.
Any college time?
Not really. No.
So got out of high school, what'd you do?
I went to I loafed around Conyers for a little bit, doing like nothing, and then I went to a little performing arts school in Hawaii.
What?
Bro, this was like for a year.
So wait, you're in Conyers, Georgia.
That's right.
Not doing shit with a high school diploma.
That's right.
Trying to find something, trying to find yourself.
Yeah.
In my mind, you're just walking the streets of Conyers every day, but you're not. You had a job or something, fast food or whatever.
Most people.
And then how do you go to Hawaii for performing arts? You had done nothing before that. Did you do any plays in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I did do a couple of plays.
Okay. So you already wanted it. You're flirting with it.
A few. Yeah.
I did too. Okay. So then why Hawaii? There was probably schools.
I had friends who, like, from my church or whatever, who went to this college, this Christian-based college out in Hawaii, and they're like, dude, you need to come out. They have a performing arts program. It's not a long program. It was like,
okay, but it's Hawaii.
6 months. Yeah, it was awesome.
No, it's not only awesome, but that's a huge step, and that had to be expensive.
It was, but back then, bro, I remember plane ticket to Hawaii was like $300.
It was still expensive.
Yeah.
It wasn't like going to Atlanta from Conyers.
No.
And there was shit in Atlanta, I'm sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
it was great, you know. But there was stuff like, you know, trying to teach me like ballet and movement and all this kind of stuff that I was like, oh, I don't want to do this.
You don't want to do it. Little black box theater kind of thing.
Yeah. This is not the kind of stuff I want to do.
Yeah.
So
was anybody there? How many people?
Oh, you know, there were probably, I don't know, 30 students.
And it was a week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months?
No, it was like 6 months.
Oh, 6 months you lived in Hawaii.
Yeah. And then from there, I was like, I wanted to do the LA thing.
You want to do it?
But I did not immediately do it. I went back. I worked like at a daycare center for a little bit. And then, I know.
That's awkward.
Yeah, I made daddy. Made sure.
I know. It's awkward. Yeah.
And
there's no statute of limitations.
And then I worked. My uncle
at the Scouts. I was a Scout leader, and then sorry, go ahead.
My uncle
was he really your uncle?
He is very. We were trying to sell. This is awful. We were trying to sell. Again, this is so bad. I'm going to tell you the pitch that we did. There was a DeKalb County Sheriff's Posse had this annual rodeo, and so he worked trying to get advertisement for the brochure at the thing. So we would call up lawyers or whoever had money, and our pitch. I mean, you could never do the pitch today. I think it was like, hey, this is Jody with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Posse. Last year, you gave $75 to help mentally handicapped and retarded kids. I swear, that's in the script, bro. It's in the script. And you probably leave this out, but
no, it's fine. We won't leave it out.
And
so you're saying you couldn't say retarded today?
No, probably not.
Yeah,
probably not.
What else?
Retarded. You gave $75 to help mentally handicapped and the R word.
Yeah, the R
word. You willing to do that again? And of course,
they felt a little obliged. Obligated.
Yeah. My uncle though would prank people, which was awesome. He called.
Is this Clem's brother?
It's Clem's brother. He called one guy who it was this lawyer who just like pissed him off.
Pissed your uncle off.
My uncle off.
Yeah.
So he had this. You had competing. You had the DeKalb County Sheriff's Posse, but the firemen were doing a rodeo or something too.
Of course.
So my uncle called up the fireman foundation that was doing the rodeo and acted like he was that lawyer who just pissed him off. And he was like, I had someone call me here, and the guy was like, he's like, I'm so-and-so lawyer, and the guy's like, yes sir, what's going on? And he's like, we're with the fireman's department, we're doing a rodeo, and want to see if you and my uncle's like, well, they do this every year. He's like, you know what, I just want to get all my donations out of the way at once. Do you have like a back page or something I can advertise on? I'm putting the phone down. And he's like, yeah. How much is that? He's like, it's $1,000. And my uncle's like, okay. listen, if you can send someone over here to get the check today, then I will donate $1,000. And the guy's like, yeah, so, sure, we'll send someone over. So obviously he said, no, listen, when you get there, my secretary, she's a little ornery. So just
Has to see me.
ignore her. If she says you can't go in, just walk straight in and get the check.
Right.
And so anyway, of course, he called back like, a few weeks later and to the lawyer, and the lawyer's like, I'm so tired of you people. Someone busted in here a couple of weeks ago demanding I give him $1,000 or whatever. It's a great bit. It's a long story without a very good ending, but that's the DeKalb County Sheriff's Department. So
those open mics are going to help work this.
Yeah, I know. I'm workshopping. You're getting a very fresh.
It's time.
I'm molding it.
It's time.
I'm taking that clay.
So go ahead.
Spinning it.
Go ahead. So
and that's a turntable.
So,
too,
stop with the references.
I listen to rap.
Stop.
I'm street. I'm hood.
Back to it.
You guys know this.
Back to it. You were there. You were working.
So I'm doing
saving up money to get to LA.
That's exactly right.
All right.
And
did you ever go to LA?
I went to LA. I
was what year was that?
98.
98. Okay.
So I'm in LA. 98. We got 2000 coming up.
Hold on.
World about to end. I don't know.
That's right. 99. Did you go by yourself?
I went with a friend of mine
from Atlanta.
From Atlanta. He was going to a school in Orange County, and so
but not for acting.
Not for acting.
Got it.
So Keith, what up? He lives in Norway now.
I'll never see this.
He'll never see this. But I'll tell him to watch this. But they'll block this.
Yeah.
They're communists. Over
yeah.
there.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. I'm not sure they're communists. But anyway, thanks.
Foreign accents.
You went to LA, but you went to Orange County.
So we lived in Orange County.
Did you have any contacts out there?
Well, one of our old agents here.
You can say her name.
Lovely Brenda, who I love.
Honey.
She hooked me up with some agent out there.
Time out. You were with Brenda.
I was with Brenda back then. Yeah.
So you were already working here in Atlanta.
Yeah. Maybe I skipped some. Maybe I skipped a little bit. I don't know how I. Okay, here's my pathway.
Yeah, I didn't ask that. Let me ask the questions. You shut up.
Go ahead. All right.
What was your first paid acting gig? If you had an agent, what was your first acting gig that was paid?
Okay, let's reverse the curse.
It's a simple question.
Hold on a second. Let me tell you this, bro.
Is this another family member that was in hospice?
So here's the deal. Your boy here, my whole family's dead. Mm-hmm. They've all died.
Got it.
That's it.
I met your three sisters. But go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know why you're looking at the camera.
It's a path.
You're like Tyler Perry. That's the fourth wall. This is not Medea. You're not playing the audience. Talk to me.
All right, listen,
go ahead.
dude.
First paid gig. First paid gig.
Okay, listen. I'm telling you. Chill out. Gosh.
Was it with Dakota Fanning?
What isn't that? No, it was not. But I have worked with Dakota.
Oh, good.
So here's the deal.
Hold on. Let me get her name. You dropped that.
Okay, listen, dude. You suck really bad.
What is your first paid gig?
The first thing I did, I started doing extra work.
Like I said, paid. Oh, you made $50? Okay.
Listen to this. I'm telling you this.
Okay.
So there was this movie called Andersonville that was shooting in town. It was about Civil War students, and Civil War soldiers.
Yep.
And they needed really thin, like just gangly people. I remember
white guys.
I needed a picture. I took a picture like in my underwear in my driveway and sent it in. And I'm sure the ad was in Creative Loafing or something like that. Never heard from him. Then my dad, I was at a friend's house, and my friend's like, hey, I know this guy in town who's like driving people up to this set, and you just pay him like $20 or something. So long and short, it's basically I almost got murdered. Long and short of it is I was supposed to meet this guy at like 4:00 in the morning. I go to a Waffle House in Covington to meet this person. Like, this is not how you want to get into the business.
Depends on the business, I guess.
Hey, this was not it. So this is just to be an extra in Andersonville.
Yeah.
Right? He's not there. Then he calls me like 5 o'clock and was like, "Where are you at?" And I was like, "Dude, I was there at 4 o'clock." So he's like, "Meet me at this gas station off of Panola Road or something." So my dad willingly drops me off.
Very safe area, Panola Road.
Serial killer van. It was me and this dude, this other guy driving me, and this guy who's been clearly in prison. And we're driving. It was in Sonoya, Georgia. So
Sonoya.
Sonoya, isn't it?
Sonoya is how they pronounce it.
I believe. I'm going to say Sonoya because I've been calling it that for forever.
Okay, go ahead.
But drove all the way up there. The guy's like, who drove me there was like, "Hey, if you want to get home, you need to tell him we're leaving at 4 o'clock, no matter what." Got it. I go there, and this is before CGI. But I'm excited. It's my first time on a film set. They had vouchers.
Mm-hmm. Remember?
So I signed this voucher, and as I'm walking around it was a big
battlefield.
It was a prison.
Prison, yeah.
So,
Andersonville prison.
Andersonville prison. So inside, it's you, and there's cardboard cutouts around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I
remember that.
Cardboard cutouts.
They did that in Drumline.
And so basically, bro, I walk around, and as I'm going throughout the day, I'm realizing I don't need these guys. I never am coming back with these guys again. So I told whoever the PA was or whatever, "Hey, I got to leave at 4. I go get off at 4 o'clock, and I'm just standing there. And the guy that was driving me didn't come back till like 7 o'clock. So everyone had left. And then so he drives me home, and I'm driving up every day. So that's what I started to do. John Frankenheimer was the director, and here's the problem, though, Ted. I mean, I knew nothing about acting. Yeah. So I didn't know about SAG. I didn't know about anything. So people were like, there are people, it's the blind leading the blind with the extras. Yeah. And they're like, "Hey, man, you want to get a part in a movie? What you got to do is you got to say a line in the movie. Now I'll let you get in SAG, but you can't get a line in a movie unless you audition.
Catch-22.
Circle. Catch-22.
Yeah.
So one day, I'd been going about a month every day, and I got a couple of my friends that come up. And one day, the director basically was like, "Hey, listen, people are taking their vouchers, they're signing them, then they're going. They're leaving for the day.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, they're coming back and they're getting paid."
Yeah.
Right? So he's like, "At the end of this day, I'm giving away 2 lines. There are probably 1,500 people there. I'm going to give two lines away at the end of this thing." So the whole day, I'm just like, I got to get this line. I got to get a line to sing. I'm praying. I'm like, let's go. And so end of the day comes. No one really remembers. But I see the director.
Jody Thompson remembers.
This guy right here does. I see the director, and I see the assistant director. So I start making a beeline towards the assistant director. I'm about 20 feet away, and this guy interrupts, and he walks up to the assistant director, and he goes, "Hey, man, what about that line in the movie?" And the assistant director looks at him and goes, "Let me put it this way. If you ask about it, you're not going to get it."
Oh.
And the guy just stops and walks away, dejected. The assistant director turns around to John and goes, "Hey, what about that line in the movie?" And John Frankenheimer was like, "Oh, yeah." And he looks up, and I'm just standing there frozen like this. And he goes, "That guy right there." And then he said, went off and found someone else.
Really?
And that was it. And so I like, bro, you talk about moments. I thought I'd made it, baby.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it.
How many days did you work on it? 4?
As an extra?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, like a month. I drove up there every day.
Oh, wow.
Like for a long time,
Yeah.
And then
and so you got the line.
Yeah, but it was
what was the line?
It was like 5th Regiment About Face or something like that.
Oh, that was brilliant. Can you do that again?
I said it with that energy.
That was it?
Yeah. It was like it didn't make it in the.
Oh, it got cut. Wow, that's all right. So then you had your line, and then you could get your SAG card, which you thought was making
but back then, bro, SAG in Georgia was like.
You do know that you only needed 3 of those vouchers to get your SAG card. And you did it for
I don't
a
think
month.
it was like I don't think it was like that back then.
Yeah, it was.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about, Ted.
No, you're probably right.
But
But hey, you got a line.
I got a line in the movie
Regiment
that got cut
about
out.
face. Yeah.
It was good, man. And that was my foray into.
So with that, you went to see a lady by the name of Brenda.
Brenda was at an agency called Serendipity.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Here's my very first part that I remember.
I think I asked that question 10 minutes ago.
Did you like the story about extra?
It was okay.
Go ahead. Good. My first audition ever was I was with maybe an agency. I can't remember the name. It doesn't matter. I drove to Alabama for a Bell South commercial.
Bell South.
Before
AT&T.
Courtney Cox was the star of it.
Really?
She was on Friends. My very first audition, I walk in. I was there so freaking early, bro. Like, the casting director hadn't even shown up.
Birmingham.
She walks in, and she's like, "What are you here for?" I was like, "This part audition." I knew nothing. This was my first audition. She's like, "Okay," and she's like setting up the camera, and I was like, "Early bird gets the worm." And but this is an audition that she just asked me questions. Were you in the marching band? Yes, I was in the marching band.
You didn't have any lines in the commercial.
No, I stood there. And so the premise of the commercial basically was Courtney Cox like, oh, I do a show or something, and all of a sudden these friends come out of the woodwork, like that guy in the marching band. And I'm standing by a drum and holding, whatever. And that's it. But, first audition straight out, it's like, Daddy's on Easy Street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Clem.
So I thought it was going to be that way the whole time. And
so you took that gig, and that's when you went and got an agent.
I had an agent before that.
But
after that, that's when I went to Serendipity. I think I went to Shay had a workshop. I went to her workshop, and through that, I think I met Brenda, Serendipity agency.
Okay.
Serendipity went from Serendipity to the talent group. She's like, I'm bringing you to the talent group.
That's where I met Brenda.
And then from the talent group, they went to the People's Store.
Yeah.
So, and I met Rebecca from the People's Store a couple times.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a blur, buddy.
All right, so we're jumping back. You went to LA.
Yeah.
You're in LA, and Brenda gave you the name of somebody to look up, an agent or something.
Yeah, she set up a thing.
A meeting.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
I went to that meeting, and Brenda called me and was like, the guy's kind of an ass.
She told you that?
About me. Like, the agent said that about me.
You met with the guy, and he called Brenda back and said you're an asshole.
Yeah, basically. And I was like, I
didn't come off as an asshole.
I don't think so. But I will say this. He was going to put me in like commercial work or whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously I was asking about film stuff. Hey, do you think I could get in the film department, or can we?
Yeah.
He's like, well, da. I was like, yeah, it was cool. Just as long as we can work towards it or whatever. I obviously I was focused on film. I didn't go out there to want to do
right.
nothing but commercials.
All right. So you're in LA. How long?
Well, technically, I was out there 2 years, but 6 of those months was like a massive strike.
Oh, really? You went out during a strike?
Yeah.
It didn't happen, but it happened while you were out there.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I guess I can't do anything.
All right. Did you work in LA? Not acting wise. Did you work as a job, or you had enough money?
I worked at
scamming people out of money.
No, this is great. No, it's kid stuff, dude. I worked at YMCA basketball program. I know jack about basketball. But I ran their little, whatever. I had parents.
You sure you don't want to rephrase about basketball?
Basketball is the best sport ever.
Yeah, see?
Nah, I mean.
Okay. Back to it. You worked at a basketball camp. I could care less about that.
Yeah, it's not good. No. If you want to truth.
No. Did you work as an actor in LA?
I worked. Yeah. I'll tell you exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Nothing but commercials.
So you did do a couple commercials.
I did a couple commercials. I did.
Nationals?
I did. Well, none of them paid that great. I did.
Wait. Did they pay that great or did they pay?
They paid. I did ESPN spot.
Okay.
Which those don't pay anything even back then.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that paid the most was like I only did a couple. I did an international like Levi's commercial. It was a European thing. That was
Cool.
it.
Did you talk?
I did. I was just a barber.
Not in the Levi's, yeah. No lines.
No lines.
Yeah.
No, it was
Okay.
a puppet.
All right, so in 2 years you worked
Twice.
twice. I was going to say 3 times.
That's good.
And then what made you decide, fuck it, I'm going back to Conyers?
I was like, I'm not working, and stuff was kind of, I'd worked some before I left.
Yeah.
So I was like, it seems busier back home. Plus, I wasn't a fan of the LA scene.
Yeah.
But I will say that, like, I wasted my time. I did the ultimate mistake for actors would be to just sit around waiting for their agent or whatever. I wasn't proactive, bro.
Yeah.
I should have been. I did go up to, like, one of my roommates was trying to do comedy stuff, so I would go do. We would go to these little places and do comedy, but I wasn't focused. I'm an actor. I'm a whatever. So, but I would go and do good at these stupid little. One of them was like a Chinese restaurant. One of it's weird.
So you've already done open mics.
Yeah, I did a bunch of open mics.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to do them anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a young man. It was a young man's game. I also remember this dude just like after one of those, he's like, "Hey man, you got it." It's so stupid, dude. Dude's like, "You got it, dude," and I was like, "Okay." Thank you, man.
Was
and
he
handed, I was like, he's like, "Can I get your number?" I was like, "Whoa." I was like, "What?" He's like a manager, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, man, I really don't get my number. Do you have like a card or something?" Dude pulls out a flyer that looks like it was done on a Commodore 64 computer, dude. It was his name was DJ Royal.
Mm-hmm.
And I never called.
Huh. Was he at the Chinese restaurant?
He was at one of the comedy shows.
At the Chinese restaurant?
The Chinese restaurant show was like.
Were these sketches or like stand up?
It was stand up, but I was doing dumb stuff too. Like I was doing like
physical comedy.
Physical or dumb magic, taking a coat hanger, like clicking them together and just like hanging a coat hanger on another coat hanger, acting like it's linked or something. Doing stupid stuff, dude.
Yeah.
And but yeah, dude, it was fine.
All right, so you came back to Conyers.
Came back to
tail between your legs.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then where'd you work?
Vending company. Worked at a vending company.
Okay, and then what was your job? Do you remember your first acting gig when you came back to Atlanta proper? You joined back up with Serendipity, I guess.
No, it was People Store. Brenda had moved to
People Store by then.
Point.
Okay.
Brenda,
so you were with People Store, a reputable, good agency.
I think maybe Warm Springs was the name of it.
Oh, the movie
Warm
about
Springs.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, it was a great one. It was a good. It was a good.
Yeah,
thing.
And they shot it down in Warm Springs, Georgia, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was either that or something called Mama Flora's Family. One of those. I can't remember.
Okay.
Because the time but
anyway, movies still.
It was movie stuff.
And that's what you wanted to be.
Of course, I wanted to do movies.
What do you mean, of course?
Of course, I want to do movies, but I'm saying like us, like you and I. Do you ever like if you could go back in time?
Yeah.
I think of my time in California.
I would have gone and tried to meet my dad on set.
Of course, you would have.
But that's films.
Your daddy. But here's the thing, dude. I was like, maybe I should have gone. Like, I think of guys like Seinfeld or any of these guys who like, here I am trying to wait for an audition, right? But I should have been proactive and like doing stand up or trying to like. Maybe I should have moved to LA and to start
done anything.
I mean,
just hustled more.
I should have hustled more.
Yeah.
I should have been doing either improv or doing the Comedy Store or doing. Or maybe I should move to New York and just done nothing but comedy up there because ultimately those are the guys who get sitcoms, right? Those were the guys popping off. Like I never got into this to be like, and that's what irks me a little bit in this town, but I never got in this to be a guy number 7 or
Sure, no.
the
No one does.
you know. So
you think you would have done better had you pursued a stand-up career?
I think
So then why the fuck, I'll get on you like you're Diddy, why the fuck do you say every year, oh, I'm going to fucking do stand-up this year. I'm going to do stand-up
I don't
this
say
year.
it every year,
You've
Ted.
said it to me fucking 3 years.
I did not. I said, let's do it, but you haven't done anything, have you, Ted?
And I'm not.
Don't sit on your laurels.
I'm not
with
here.
Your arms
I'm
folded
not.
like
I'm
you're
not
the-
here sitting here saying I wish I could go back in time and do stand-up. I don't wish I could go back
No,
in time.
I'm saying,
You know what I would do?
Do you wish you? Do you think you would have?
No. What?
Your path. If you're looking back on your path, would you have done anything different? Like as far as acting career-wise?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I would have. Yeah.
What is this one-word answer thing?
It's not. You're not interviewing me.
I know. Ted's like, don't give a
Fuck
one-word
you,
answer.
Scale Plus Jody. I fucking feel like I'm being interrogated. What's the red light?
I'm not. No, I'm
No.
In all seriousness,
I don't know what that means. Seriousness. I've never been serious in my life. I'm not going to start now.
Okay.
Back to it. Stop being such a pussy and go do stand-up.
I am doing some.
When?
I'm not. I'm not going to do.
Don't lie to me,
I am
Pinocchio.
going to do something. I'm going to do something. But listen,
You can't say, and listen, all I'm doing is yelling at you, hoping it reflects back to me, because I'm the same
it's
way.
preaching to the choir, baby.
I just want to make sure that I yell at myself. So just bear with me here, okay? This is therapy. You can't say, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda, if you didn't fucking try, right? Because every year I think the same thing. I want to go do more stand-up. I want to do stand-up. I did it a long time ago, a couple of times, blah, blah, blah. It's been fine. But I want to do more, and I always have an excuse not to. You have an excuse too. Your excuse was you don't live close to comedy clubs. Yeah. You then tell us that you did a fucking Chinese restaurant. Okay? You also say, hold on, you don't want to do open mic.
I didn't care about it. That's what I'm saying.
You didn't care about it, or didn't care about yourself?
I did.
See, I think there's some pride issue that actors have. You're like, fuck, and I'm saying that to me too. I'm saying that a pride issue of like, oh, I'm not gonna go in there with these fucking 20-year-old jackasses that think they're funny.
No, that's what
I'm
saying.
way funnier than them.
I was dumb back then because I was like,
and you had nothing to lose.
I was like, oh, I'm an actor. I don't.
Right.
I'm in a Chinese restaurant or I'm doing whatever.
But do you
actually that stuff was.
Do you still feel that way?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Are you too good to do open mics?
I'm not too good.
All right.
I'm not too good. It's just like
there's no way, Jody. I'm saying, me or you, no one gives a fuck about us. No one's gonna come in this door right now and be like, "Oh my God, you and Ted, come do stand up for me at the fucking Improv." No, we have to go to fucking.
No, I understand.
Open mics.
I understand.
And it sucks.
I did do a little.
Now I do think we'll go faster than the average guy.
Yeah,
because we've been there.
But so it's a path. In other words, ultimately, it is a path though to what I think we wanted to do the whole time, right?
Yeah. So if you could do it, if you had your druthers, would you pick a film actor? You could do nothing but films or a TV show. Let's say you got Friends, right? That's typecasting and stereotyping, and none of those I can't say none of them, but most of those actors didn't move on to a lot bigger things.
I think I would do. You know, this is another problem. Tell me if you're in this. Like I'm still stuck sometimes in like a '90s. Frame of mind, just where it's just like, oh, you know, TV is a little more ghetto, and TV's a little. You
can say it. It's okay.
TV's a little more ghetto.
I don't think so.
And I'm saying back then it was obviously film actors turn down their nose on TV, but I'm still kind of stuck because.
So you're saying film? You'd rather do film?
No, I'm saying I would rather do
a TV show.
A TV show, especially now that the way TV is, you know. But I'm always like, I always feel like I'm you know, behind the curve. The second I'm like, yes, let's do a TV show. That's where you can see the arc, and let's do that. All of a sudden, films will start popping off.
Regardless of what pops off, what would you rather do? Would you rather go to the same studio every day, 5 days a week, on that schedule, 9 to 5? It's not, but or would you rather go 3 months on a film somewhere exotic or not exotic, and then 2 months off, be a film actor, and you go 3 months on, and you maybe go 4 months off?
If it were consistent.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like in a perfect world, if you could.
In a perfect world, if I had a magic wand, I could just wait. I think I would do the film thing.
Film
only because of schedule. Locations, I love. That's always like anytime I get a part or something, I'm always like, oh, where's it shooting? I get excited about that.
Okay.
And who's it with? And those are always like my first two questions. So.
And that is just, so you're saying you would rather be a film actor because one of the reasons is because you would get to be on different sets, different people, work with different people. Because let's say like a Law and Order, right, which is a show that's been forever. And Mariska Hargitay, it's easy for me to say, and I probably still mispronounced it. She's done like, I don't know, I looked it up the other day, like I'm not lying, like 1,000 episodes or something stupid, like crazy. But she goes to the same set, New York, every day, does the same thing. They have guest stars and stuff like that. But I'm saying it's her career. Same with soap opera actors.
Sure.
Would you be a soap opera actor?
No.
I have a lot of respect for those guys.
Listen, I love the idea of being in the same place, but that is when it becomes
a job.
Yeah. To me, a film thing, it's like, hey, I did 3 films last year. Maybe we could, maybe I only do 2 and have a little bit more downtime with the family or whatever it is, So, definitely. But
film actor,
okay. So, but I do like the whole modern television and the arc and all that kind of stuff.
See, with me, I would agree with you. I think film is better, and just not better. That's like saying, oh, but I like film. I would like to be a film actor if I had my druthers better. And I think the only reason, there's a lot of reasons, but I think TV, like you said, would become a 9 to 5. But also, I see a lot of people that get these huge roles. Now, they make a lot of money and they have a lot of success and a lot of fame and a lot of whatever you want, right? But you will never see them work again after they've been on a show for 8 years, 9 years, because you can't get it out of their head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's who they are. That's who they're always will come across as, and no one will hire them. I mean, little things here and there, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking like Walking Dead, you know what I mean? Andrew Lincoln, one of the best performance actors I've ever worked with as far as...
let me get this for you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh, that's the wrong name. We put that one back and get the other. I drop a lot of them. Yeah, thanks. No, I never do drop names, but I give props where props are due.
Were you on Walking Dead?
No, I give props where props were due, and the motherfucker would come.
Give props to hip hop because hip hop, hooray! Oh, hey.
Anyway, the motherfucker's an amazing actor when it comes to. There'd be 100 people out in front, and he would fucking just crush the scene with no mess ups at all, like a fucking 5-page monologue. Back to it. The flip side of that is I don't think you'll ever see him
in anything
unless he takes a break of 15 years. His face changes, his body changes, whatever. You know what I mean? Because everyone sees him as that guy.
Sure.
But then again, there's 5,000 actors out there that would fucking give their pinky finger to be him.
You or I probably would do it in a heartbeat, right?
Yeah. I mean, but I'd rather be a film actor.
I agree.
In my opinion.
Have you ever tried to like write?
What my dad did?
Yeah, that's right.
I've tried, but I'm not that flexible.
Yeah, I get it. It's back work. And
yeah.
That's what 2024 is about.
Yeah.
Or, have you ever tried to write anything, script?
Yeah, sure. I've actually written whole TV shows, but that's another thing, man. You can't, dude. You talk about like a fucking roller coaster ride or like a piston in the wind. You know what I mean? Like you think acting's hard. Write something, and who do you take that to? And even to these companies out there or people out there that say, "Oh yeah, come, give me your product." There's one here in Atlanta, and they opened shop. I forget the name. It doesn't matter.
I think I know.
I'm sure you do. And if you pitch to them, they make you sign this huge contract. Well, I got a copy of the contract. I brought it to a buddy of mine. I got a bunch of lawyer buddies.
Yeah.
We and about this, but we didn't talk about it on camera, so we're about to.
Yeah.
My lawyer buddy fucking looks at it and he goes, "Are you kidding me, dude?" He's like, "I'm not in the industry." He said, "But I wouldn't sign this contract ever." Yeah. He goes, It clearly states like they can say that was their idea and that they are hatch,
right?
Just for the pitch.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Because they can easily say, "Oh no, we had that show. That's a great idea, but we thought about it 3 years ago and we've have it." And they go back in the back and write it up. You know what I mean? So as a writer, that's hard. And you said you and your son, right, have written some stuff or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So me and my buddy Randy have written the thing that you were in.
Yeah.
And then I wrote my own film back in the day, and that's on Amazon right now. But
what's it called?
Still today. We sold that to Gravitas Adventures, which is pretty big for like.
And you wrote the whole movie?
I wrote the whole thing.
Is it a Christian-based thing?
No. It's a Pretty Woman kind of rom-com
Really?
type thing.
I mean, more power to you, man.
Look, here's the deal. You got two guys. I had a buddy, Tommy Walton, who directed Coal River with Brian. That was our first film. And
What film?
Still
The other
today.
one.
Still today. We did. So I wrote it, and it basically two guys doing this film together, man. Like,
Yeah.
Tommy was kind of fresh out of film school and stuff, and so we just got after it, man, and did it. And so, like my buddy Randy told me that he had guys whose budgets were like 5 times what ours was, and Gravitas Ventures wouldn't even like touch them. So to us, we finished a film, finished editing right when COVID hit.
No, you wrote a film.
I wrote a film.
You shot a film.
Yeah.
You edited a film. There's a lot to it.
Right. People don't even begin to know. You guys know. But this, when it was all said and done, COVID hit. I was like, we can't do any festivals. My buddy Randy had like this lawyer who basically started sending it out to different
Companies,
distributors.
Oh, distributors, yeah.
And Gravitas was on our list, but they were the top of the top, you know. And I was like, we ain't getting them, but they hit us up.
Cool.
And
Did you make any money?
No.
Yeah, good.
No, you don't. But it's, you know, I got a movie that was done by Gravitas Ventures, and
it's still out there.
It's still out there.
Is it on YouTube or?
Yeah, you can see it on Amazon, Tubi, whatever.
Are you in it?
Yeah, I wrote. Yeah,
I know you wrote it. I didn't know if you're in it.
Yeah, of course. That's why we write these things, right? So
you can kiss other girls.
Still today. That's right. Terry Weibel's in it. She's awesome. She did a great job.
Hold on, let me get that for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I would tell anyone, like all these people sitting around, like waiting for it. That's why.
Why'd you point to me?
I'm saying I was saying before that people sit around and wait for their agents to call.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's why I like you doing something like this is. I don't care. I have power to anybody who tries to produce any kind of content because it's hard, bro. Making a movie is a freaking miracle, dude.
Yeah.
Even if it sucks or whatever, dude. You know, it's like you did this. I talked to so many actors like, yo, man, we're trying to make a movie, and I was like, what's the script about or whatever? Oh, well, you know, it's not really a script. It's kind of free form. Blah blah blah. Da 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 da. I can tell you this: when I wrote that thing. I wrote in this program called Celtics, I think it is, CELTX or something like that. Bro, I write this thing. I get to 50 pages. I'm a dumbass. I had not been saving this thing. But because it saves, when you open up Celtics, it's just there. You know, the script. That thing went down, bro. And I could not get back my 50 pages. I did everything. I went to my brother-in-law. I was like, hey, dude, like, do you know where this went? Can you? He's like, I could send it off to whatever. It's going to cost you $800 just to see if they could.
And they might find a little boy basketball picture.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Dude. So I had to start again, write it all over. I'm mourning for like 2 days, and you know it sucks. It's hard to write a film to begin with, but to write something again and be like, what? Wait, what did you say?
Yeah, it would be better.
That part go? What did you do?
And then you start rethinking and remessing your thing up and all that.
So, but anyway, dude, we did it, and the weirdest part is because I'm an old man. My dad, he can't.
Clem.
He obviously can't. I don't know nothing about these streaming things or whatever, you know. So I got him a hard DVD copy, man, and. It was weird, dude, like sitting there holding like the physical DVD kind of somehow made me tear up a little bit just because it's like a physical representation.
That you had
like, dude, I did it. This happened,
This is it. Yeah.
We did it. So check out Still Today on Amazon or Tubi or any
we're going to cut that part out. We don't promote on the show.
Oh, shut up.
Anywho, so what besides Still Today on Amazon, Hulu, fuck off. Besides that, what's your biggest role? What do you like when you look? And it doesn't have to be biggest. What's the coolest, best role that you've ever done? Like just coolest experience, coolest like maybe it's somebody that you always want to work with, director or producer or fucking.
I mean, I did. As far as cool, like
Yeah, that you really like.
This is cool. That
You might not have made a lot of money on it. We know you didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah, we know.
But as far as polishing a turd, you didn't polish it that good.
I'm barely in this thing.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
But I did a movie called The Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons. It was directed by David Fincher. And I was
had a little guy named Brad Pitt in it.
Little guy named Brad Pitt and all this kind of stuff.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah. We shot in New Orleans, and then 4 months later we shot in like Montreal, Canada, dude.
Oh, you got to go there?
And yeah, bro, I was like, this is so it's cool. And if you saw me, it's like it's a blip. But I was like, that's dope, dude. You know?
Yeah. So what was your part?
I saved Benjamin Button's life.
Oh, you did?
The guy's about to throw him into the river, and I'm just a cop. Like, what are you doing there? And we're at this big wharf, which is in Montreal. That's the river he's about to throw him in, and I chase him.
Why did you say it like that?
Huh?
Montreal? Why? Like, is that? Are we?
I don't.
Is it just because the boy from Conyers got to go to Canada?
I can't pronounce stuff. People say I can't say.
No, you got to go to Canada. I'm saying like what?
No, I said Montreal. But what I'm about to say is the scene starts off in Montreal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's about to throw the baby, and then he takes off. I'm like, stop. I start chasing him, and that foot race ends up in New Orleans.
Oh.
That's
in the movie?
Not in the movie.
Oh.
Just that's where.
Wait, you're telling me movies when they film
They lie to you. It's a scam. The whole thing.
So you're telling me this?
I mean, we're not even in a garage. Right
no, and it's not even 40 degrees.
No, it's not.
It's cold as shit in here.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, my implants. Anyway,
That's good.
So, Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Buttons was
Did
cool.
you get to meet Brad Pitt?
I did not. That was not in it. I did Bernie Mac's last movie. That was cool.
Oh, because that was cool because of his last movie?
It was his last movie.
Or are you just saying that because Eddie and the guys over here?
He was a sweetheart. And because there's a bunch of black guys in this room.
Yeah.
It's the main reason I'm saying I'm trying to get street cred.
Yeah. Thanks.
But
thanks for noticing.
That he was cool, and Samuel Jackson was in it too.
Oh God, keep dropping them.
But
wow.
But Bernie was super dope.
Was he cool?
He was.
All right. Well, back to Benjamin Button. Who did you work with on that? Anybody good?
I can't remember his name. His name's Fleming.
So it's the same guy.
Same guy.
And how long were you on that? 3 weeks?
Oh no. I only worked like 3 days, 4 days.
But they flew you to Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was like 2 days in New Orleans, 2 days in
consecutive, or you had to come back?
No, that's what I'm saying. I started in New Orleans 2 days, then like 4 months later.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I totally did.
No.
100%. Yep, I did.
This is.
Hey, did I say it?
Look, we're recording
like
on
this.
beta.
They went like that.
We're recording on beta. We'll run this bitch right.
So anyway, yeah, 4 months later.
You know you can run Laserdisc back.
That's it.
They say kill mom, kill mom, kill mom.
Not the smoke. Another bites the dust.
You don't have a career. You have a hobby. You don't have a career. You have a hobby.
I remember because I used to go to like a Southern Baptist church, and they would like show you like all these like
Hellfire and Damnation.
Hellfire and Damnation, and I don't know why I remember this, but it was Another One Bites the Dust.
The song?
If you do it backwards, it was like it was like snort the smoke marijuana, snort the smoke marijuana.
Hell yeah!
Like so,
I love that song.
Play it backwards. I mean, it's the way it is good. You know,
Another One snorts the dust.
That's it. So
start to smoke marijuana.
Not to smoke marijuana. I think by the way,
could be a voice actor.
I think that's pretty good right there.
Yeah, that's
not
pretty
bad. Accurate.
Yeah, that's.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm in a demon world. All right.
So anyway, dude, that's.
So Bernie Mac was cool. Who's the coolest actor you ever worked with? Besides me.
Yeah, I love you.
Yeah. Whoa.
I mean, not the coolest, but
who's the coolest? Quick.
Jeez, dude,
could be a woman.
No. You can cut that out.
Wow. No, keeping that one.
Total.
Wow, no, it's okay.
Total
no,
joke,
it's good.
dude.
Yeah.
I think the coolest I've ever worked with would be Patrick Dempsey was pretty cool.
Oh, really?
I freestyle rap with him.
Oh, wow. Once again,
That's
the rap
Guys,
thing. Yeah.
it's true. I did, for real. That's no joke. That's
Yeah,
not
no,
joke.
I believe you. So that was in a movie. I remember seeing this. Hold on. Wait a second.
Don't you do it?
No, I know it because I
Come
saw
on.
this is one show I saw you in. This is
Wait, have you
you were in a
anything-
wedding scene. You're seated behind Reese Witherspoon.
Oh my gosh.
It was a Southern comedy about a wedding. It had pet. Say again. Sweet Home Alabama. Was that it?
My Ted.
Was that it?
Ted, come on, man.
Was that it?
Let me just get all these at once.
Pat. I didn't drop one. I dropped Reese Witherspoon,
Okay.
and I've worked with her. I don't know. So
How do you and what?
I remember they put you right behind her, which you can see your big ass fucking white base mug back
Dude,
there.
you got it all wrong.
Mm.
That is not me.
Do I?
No.
Okay. So-
Do you want me to tell you what part it was?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
And this is the kind of roles you can expect.
Yeah.
But I was a soldier
Uh-huh.
in the field who basically she's looking for.
Oh, that's right. No.
she's looking for her daddy.
Yeah, and you were a
And
Civil War recreated
and
soldier.
she goes, where?
And you sit up from dead.
And I stand up, and I came out with the little funny thing, but I'm not. She goes, hey, anybody see my daddy? I'm like, he's over there about to surrender, and then I kind of do this little salute,
Yeah.
fall over.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, very small part, but it made the trailer, so that's cool.
You were there for one day?
One day,
Were you not in the wedding scene?
I was not.
Oh, Chris Burns.
Chris Burns.
Somebody they put, yeah. You and him look a lot alike.
Hey, Chris.
Anyway, so you just went up and basically brown nosed the fuck out of Patrick Dempsey and were like,
We
hey.
were talking, just laughing. I mean, he was just cool.
You're like that?
Good
Patrick, you're funny.
yeah.
Or you're like, do you race cars? Is that your real hair?
Their story, I could tell.
Oh, hey, do you like to rap?
That I don't.
Did he start? I know how it works. I know how it works on set. You're this guy. You're this guy. He's over there like talking about rap music. There's probably one black crew guy.
Hey, listen, I'm not.
Hold on, and you walk over kind of like, you kind of stand next to him, and then he's like, yeah, and the cat was in the hat, and you're like, with a bat, and then you call that
That's fire
freestyle.
alert.
Do you think that's
that? It's fire.
you were
alert.
spitting bars, and then you walked off. You're like, just see that, and you go back over to the
Are we
trailer.
about to do the 5?
No, I'm asking, is that how it went down?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
it was the cat. It was those exact lyrics too. The cat, the hat, and the bat.
Because I don't think of you as a good rapper, nor do I think of Patrick Dempsey
No,
as a good rapper.
Of course, not.
Yeah.
But we were having fun. We were just
Yeah.
joshing, man.
Did you get his number?
I didn't, but I could tell you a story that I probably shouldn't tell.
Yeah, please.
Which is this. So you decide whether you want to cut this out or not.
No, I'm not cutting anything out.
My
It's not up to me.
sister was on set with me that day,
Why?
just because I invite friends sometimes,
Oh,
and she wanted to go see a movie. So she was on set with me
she
that
need a
day.
voucher?
Huh?
Nothing.
She didn't need a voucher. She would sign it and leave and then come back. It
Yeah.
was a big problem.
Yeah.
So we were eating, and Patrick was eating with us. I never saw this happen. He was eating in the tent.
Same room. Yeah. with
And
us.
so she says
Uh-huh.
that he got her number
Oh, I have heard this story.
and that
Patrick banged your sister.
she chickened out. She chickened out.
She chickened out.
He called or
Or
something.
he took his chicken out. Which one is this?
No, he definitely didn't take his chicken out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He anyway, she says that he called or something and
Called her on the phone?
yeah,
On the telephone?
and she's like, click, and just hung up.
No way. Wow.
My sister's good like that. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she likes women.
No, she's happily
So
married.
she gave up one of the hottest dudes. McDreamy? Wasn't he McDreamy?
He was I think that was his name, McDreamy.
Yeah.
He's also the current sexiest man alive.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
According to people,
Yeah, I think he's been it before.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
But so anyway, yeah.
All right.
That's my
Coolest guy. That was him.
He was a cool dude.
Because he's down to earth, whatever.
He was cool, down to earth. Yeah, you have images.
And he's
of
almost
how
your
people
brother-in-law.
eat. Huh?
He
He
was
was
almost
almost
your
we're almost family.
Yeah, yeah.
that was
That's
cool.
cool. That's cool. Who was the biggest asshole you ever worked for?
Samuel Jackson.
Huh?
Sam Jackson.
No shit.
Sam's down, dude.
Really?
Dude was an ass. But it could have been having a bad day.
No, don't preface. Don't fucking
Here's the
sugarcoat.
deal.
If he's
This
a dick. He's a dick.
Same day, Bernie Mac. I've worked with Sam twice.
Okay.
So, the director of the film, I ain't talking about just an ask to me. He wasn't really even asked to me.
Yeah, because you
He
probably
was-
didn't even hang out with him.
No, I did. It
Oh,
was
you
just the three of us.
Okay, you, Bernie
Just
Mac.
me, Bernie, and Sam.
Okay.
The whole scene shooting the entire day.
Got it.
From 5 a.m. till like 9 at night.
Got it.
So this dude, just like him and the director were having beef.
Yeah.
Big time. Like, I was like, holy cow, how's this dude talking like this to the director? It
So
was-
verbally out loud to everybody.
oh, just stuff.
Cussing and shit?
It's all big time.
Really?
And so he basically
Making the scene
making
bad.
a scene, just
and making
like,
but making the
this
set
way- this
a bad
way,
place to
when-
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second he leaves, it's just like even
A
Bernie,
weight off the shoulders.
A weight lifted from the director to, and I said to the director, I was just like, hey man, is there
Everything cool?
He's like, yeah, it's been like this. He's just kind of. I think he was in the zone of let's get this thing done. And Bernie, the second Sam would leave, was just like so.
Thank God. Relieved.
No, it wasn't relief. It was just like he was able to joke. He was
Do
almost like a
himself.
kid in the corner.
He was
or something.
scared. Yeah.
I don't think I wouldn't say he was scared. He was just like you can when there's that much negativity at the time. Again, I only worked with one day. He could have been having a bad day.
Got it. What movie was it?
It's called Soul Men.
Soulman. Okay.
It's Soul Men. Anyone? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, dude.
By the way, we don't have an audience. Joey just keeps referring to the producers who happen to be African American.
That's cool.
Anyway,
So
they got to cut that. That they're gonna cut, and the thing of the misogynist coming about you don't work with women,
I
fuck
didn't
women.
say that.
Yeah, basically you
I
did.
did not say
Yeah,
that.
basically.
I love
Yeah,
one.
you're the whitest motherfucker I've ever seen. Go ahead.
Dude, if we had a freestyle rap off right now, I would destroy you.
Cat, hat, bat.
It was no question. Cat, hat, bat is
Can-
what we're doing.
can you-
Okay.
can
that was you. That was your rhyme.
Can you
rhyme
go ahead
skill.
with your Sam Jackson story? I like this.
skill that pays the
Fuck this guy.
okay, this dude he would just he said we have one interaction, which I thought was super douchey. He goes, "There's a scene where I'm like picking up the phone. It's a jail cell, and I like pick up the phone and hand it to him for him to make a call or something like that. And then he goes something like, you might want to listen for a ringtone first."
Oh, he gave you direction.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, no one's there, and I hung up because I didn't care.
Right.
And then, but yeah, man, the difference between this is what I'm talking about. The difference between him and Bernie. Bernie's just like, hey man, you're a funny dude. He's like, hey, give me a hug and doing all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That lifts you up,
Which
especially
is the
that
way
guy-
it should be.
a small
Yeah.
dude, like this dude's coming up, giving
Make
you a
him
hug,
feel
and
good.
He's
Yeah.
great, dude. And not only that,
Even if you suck, that's not the actor's problem. That's the director producer's problem.
and here's the thing: if you watch that movie, it was his last movie. Like you'll see scenes at the end. I guess it was outtakes where dude was like, there was a big extra scene where it's like they're doing their soul men, they're singing thing. In between the thing, dude was going out on stage doing like stand up
to the whole
for the
extras.
entire all the extras, making them laugh.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like two different kind. You
Right,
can be
right.
super grateful
Right, right,
and
right.
it's cool and like
Right. Or a
look where I'm
fucking dick.
at, dude. Or
Right.
you can be a douchebag.
Right.
And there's no question that like dude's gone, but I will sing that dude's praises because he was kind to me.
Yeah.
The one day that I had interactions, and I was a fan of Sam's up until that, and I had a bad thing, and so much so I had a bad experience with
But
him.
not just you. He was meaning the director. He's meaning
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. So much so, and my buddy was with me because, like I say, I like to bring friends if I especially if I'm going out, like I'll be away for a few days. I'm like, hey, you want to come hang out in Shreveport or wherever? I think we shot in Shreveport, and so he was at Video Village, and the producers were sitting there, and they didn't know who he was, and they were just
You don't have to whisper. They're not
the
here.
banter that they were saying is like,
Right.
do you think we're going to finish this?
Right.
You think this film's going to finish?
Oh, really? They thought he was going
I
to walk
don't know,
off
man.
set, or they're going to fire
It ain't
him.
going to happen.
Yeah.
So later on I did a movie called The Banker. Which,
Yeah. Yeah.
It was And
I was casting that. It was a shit show.
okay, so you know.
It was.
And right, are you in it?
No, but that's why it was a shit show.
My
They gave me 2 hours to get to set after they had already. They told me I was supposed to shoot on a Wednesday. I think I might get the story wrong. It doesn't matter. True story. Maybe I was supposed to shoot on Thursday. And as you know, I do construction stuff, and I'm at somebody's house working on something.
Like you had to get up and leave to go.
And my agent calls me, hey, they need you on set in 2 hours. And I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to shoot till Thursday. Yeah, but they've changed around some stuff. And I'm like, well, I can't do it. I'm out. I couldn't even get there in 2 hours. I mean, honestly, I'm not being a dick. I couldn't get there.
Of course.
And she's like, well, I don't know what to. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what to tell them? Tell them that I'm booked for Thursday, and that's when I should do it, you know? And so it was like an hour and a half of bullshit back and forth. And meanwhile, me, the actor guy's all stressed out. Fucking, should I fucking haul ass? I'm like, I can't.
No, I
can't leave this customer here and then go.
This is the kind of.
I've already lumped it. That's Atlanta, right?
That's Atlanta.
So they fucking replaced me that day. They still paid me for the Thursday, but I'm not in the movie. And I was like, what a fucking asshole.
My part was.
What unprofessional bullshit.
Yeah, that's not cool. My part.
And I heard from crew guys, sorry to interrupt, but it's my show, fuck off. Sorry from crew guys
ScalePlusTed.
that the whole show, I heard from crew guys that it was a fucking shit show from the get-go.
All
right, so back to Sam.
He's in
that movie.
I'm in the trailer.
Yeah.
I see Sam come in. This is a makeup trailer. He's 3 chairs down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, maybe I should go over and be like, hey, Soulman.
Are you in it? Oh, but you're not in the scene with him and Banker.
No.
Got it.
I'm with what's his name? Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
So yeah, who was again
awesome,
super cool, super great guy, super dope. Loved him, you know. And my stuff turned out pretty good in the film, but I was gonna like, should I go over and say hey to Sam?
Yeah.
And be like, hey, I met you in Soulman, and then I was just like, man,
yeah,
I'm good. Also, I met. And
wait, did he have a reputation on Soulman? I mean, on the Banker?
I think he's probably fine. He may have been fine.
So when he walked in that trailer, night, everybody was all.
No one was tense. No one was whatever. As a matter of fact, there was like some other girl beside me. I was like, who is this chick? Like, I thought she was like the biggest. She must be big. The way she was acting was like the biggest actress in America. Like, I finally get her name, and I'm like, she's playing my secretary.
Yeah.
Like,
but she acted like.
But she acted like she was the biggest thing ever. Turns out she was the producer's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember I was driving in the van, and I guess they were from Canada or something, and they started talking about America. And just like, we don't need America for anything, you know, or blah blah blah, and just like trashing. And I'm in. Look, bro, I was just like, our military.
You said that?
And she said, what? And I said, our military.
That's why you need
She's like, well, I said, yeah, you need us for our military. Because if not, you'll be smoked off the face of the earth. I didn't say that part, but anyway, I get a little pissed when
people talk shit about America.
Here in our country,
right,
and you're working and you're trash talking.
Yeah.
Get up out of here, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
I've had that experience before too.
So,
Canadians in Europe.
Canucks.
And I think Canadians are great people. And I have several, that sounds like, I have Canadian friends.
Yeah.
I have Canadian friends. But I do. But yeah, in Europe, they put Canadian flags on their backpacks so that they're not mistaken for Americans because they're more European than Americans.
Okay.
And so when I went to Europe, you know,
I thought you were saying so they wouldn't be abducted because I think in Mexico.
No, they don't want. No, this is in Europe.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mexico's not considered Europe.
Yeah, I understand.
I know
I'm just saying people
across the Atlantic,
say they put
Canadian. No. Everyone knows this. It's a known thing. They'll put Canadian flags on their backpacks so they don't want to be mistaken for an ugly American. No. I'm Canadian. And even if they're not French Canadian, they still want to. And so we were in a hostel. Me and my wife, maybe my girlfriend at the time, but she's my wife now, and we're in a hostel in Amsterdam. Yeah, awesome.
Let's go.
And we're sitting there around this big circle, like pillows and stuff, and partaking in Amsterdamian things. It was fucking awesome. And they're like, oh yeah, and there's all these students, and we're about everybody's in their early 20s, teens, late teens, early 20s, and a group of like 5 people our age, 20, 23, somewhere around there, 19, whatever, all standing around, 5 or 6 sitting there, all sharing the herb, and they're like, oh yeah, so where are you guys from? And we're like, oh, we're from Atlanta, you know. And we had talked to him for 10 minutes and laughing on, where are you from? Atlanta. And she's like, Atlanta? Where? Atlanta, Georgia? United States? And we're like, yeah. You may have heard of us, 96 Olympics. Yeah. And she goes, oh. And they fucking literally shunned us, dude. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Who cares?
Anyway, all right. So Sam Jackson was
maybe a bad day.
right, bad day,
Maybe
blah
a
blah
bad
blah.
day.
But that's the worst experience you've had.
I would say so.
All right, you ever fucked up on set to where you're like, you want to crawl under a rock?
I've been pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
I've been pretty.
Never fubbed lines or anything.
No, there was one time I do remember I did that Mama Flores family. I remember that I blanked on a line, but it was a kind of an ensemble. There were like 4 or 5 people in the scene, and it was coming straight to me.
Yeah.
And the dude right before me flubbed his line, and I was like, you know, and got it.
And they cut.
And they cut. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So, but no, I've never flubbed anything before. So.
I have that same dream, man. It's a recurring dream. I have 2 recurring dreams, and they kind of coincide with each other. But one of them is I'm on set, I'm in the van, I've gone through makeup, I've gone through wardrobe, I'm on set, I'm in the van, I have a big scene. Doesn't matter who it's with. It's never, you know, but it's just everyone is on set waiting, blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I need to refresh my line. I don't know him. You know, I know him, but I don't know him. And I'm asking everybody in the van, who are no one famous, but the driver, and there's 5 other people in the van, hey, you guys got some sides? And everybody's like, no, you know, or like, oh, yeah. And no one, and the PA, I'm like, hey, and they're like, you good, Mr. Huckabee or Ted, whatever. And I'm like, no, yeah, you got any sides? Yeah, we'll get you some. And the van just keeps fucking getting closer to set.
Yeah.
And it's this fear of like, oh my God, I've forgotten. And I'm about to let down everybody on set. I think that's the big fear with me, is letting down everybody on set.
Sure.
Not me fucking up, because as you know, every actor flubs lines and fucks up and all that. So, but that is a recurring dream, and I wake up and I'm scared to death, and I'm happy that I'm awake, because I was not sad because I went on set, but then happy that I didn't flub my lines, man. But that is a fear of mine for sure.
I did a film called Instant Family, and we had this Thanksgiving scene.
Yeah.
And there was like a bunch of people around the table. I can't remember her name. She's been in everything. She's a stewardess in the airplane. She's been in like.
And once again, that's a female thing. Flight attendant.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, it's coming out.
I'm sorry. What can I say? Anyway.
Asshole. Chauvinist pig.
And maybe I wouldn't embarrass her, but she's awesome. I mean, legendary actress.
Yeah.
And definitely had way more dialogue than like me or a lot of people in the scene, but she just kept kind of blanking on a scene.
Yeah.
And this is like a super pro level person, and there's like Wahlberg and all these people around the table. So it was very chill. We're like chill, but man, you could see her crumble.
That's what
and start getting worked up, and then she started crying, bro.
Ugh.
And it was like my heart broke for her, you know. But anyway, she, you know, it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
So.
No, it does. All right, if you give advice to a young actor coming up, not in Atlanta, but anywhere, what would one piece of advice, not one word, one piece of advice, what would you tell them?
I would say probably create your own content. Start writing your own stuff. Do it. Do what Ted's doing right now. Make something. Don't wait for the gatekeepers. You are the gatekeeper. Cavalry's not coming. You just do it yourself and make it happen.
Cool. And when you die, you want to be cremated or you want to be buried?
I don't like the embalming fluid part, but I also don't like the fire part.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So it's kind of
who gives a shit?
You know, just throw me in a box and
let you rot?
Yeah, that's fine.
Flies and maggots?
It's going to happen. It happens. It's going to happen anyway. So
Well, no, embalming fluid keeps you.
yeah, I know, but like I prefer not that fluid up in me. So
Yes.
speaking of fluid,
not what I heard.
it's time to take a leak, dude.
Good. Well, we're about to cut here. I want to thank you for being on the show.
Yeah,
Scale
bro.
Plus Ted. Good to see you, brother.
Love
Thank
you,
you
man.
so much, man.
All
Love
right,
you.
peace, man. All
See you,
right, bye.
bro. Yeah. Thank you, guys.